So this question is partition to k equals some subset. So you're given an integer array and also integer k, you want to return true or false if it's possible to divide the array into k non-empty subset, which some are equally the same. So let's look at this. So again, if they have to be the same, so imagine this is sum 1, sum 2, sum 3, I mean subset sum, right? So I want to know, does S1, S2 plus S3 equal to the sum of total, right? They have to be the same, right? So what does this is telling you? It's going to be represent what? 3S1, right? Equal to S total. So if I say S total divided by 3, it's going to be integer. There is no remainder value, right? So what we can actually do is we traverse the integer array. We say 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 1 and then blah blah blah, right? And then it's equal to sum, right? And then we want to make sure does S mod by k, if this is not equal to 0, sorry. If this is not equal to 0, we can return false. This is because the S1 plus S2 plus S3 are not equally the same, right? So this is one of the tricks that you want to know. Alright, so another one is that it doesn't matter, it has to be by order. So we can sort the nums array. And then we want to make sure if the current one has been used, so 5 has been used, I don't want to revisit again, right? So I want to make sure like there is a a Boolean array that keep on track if the current index has been used or not. And then if this was attempt to use and it somehow cannot find it, I want to backtrack to set equal to false for visit, because this index cannot be generated by its own, right? So let me stop coding and I'll definitely go over the explanation again. So what you need is the sum. So using the array.string the nums, and then I will say sum, right? So I get a sum of the array. And then if the sum mod by k does not equal to 0, I want to return false. Alright, so next is going to be sort the array, and I want to make sure I have a visit boolean. The size is going to be the same as the num.length. Alright, and then I will just start using the backtrack, and I will just call DFS. So I need to pass in the nums, I need to pass in the k, I need to pass in the index, I need to pass in the current sum. Like I want to keep on track the current sum, right? So it's going to be 0. And then I want to keep pass the visit. I definitely want to know what is my target. So this is the current sum, and this will be the target sum. So it's going to be this total sum divided by the k, right? So total sum divided by k. This will be a target. Alright. So it has to be boolean, DFS, integer array, integer k, integer index, integer current sum, boolean array, and definitely the target sum. So I'm going to compare this and this at the end. So okay, so one thing is if k is equal to 1, so what does k equal to 1? If k equal to 1, I don't have to traverse the remaining value in the nums array, because so the first thing is what? I already start traversing the sum mod by k, right? So I definitely know S1, S2, S3 are the same. Alright, so if I can partition everything, so it's starting from 3, just imagine k equal to 3. Alright, I already know my target sum and then the current sum are equal for S1. I'm going to decrement by 1 for k. So k becomes 2. So when I finish the S2, K will decrement by 1 again. So when K equal to 1, I know it's definitely S3. Even though I didn't traverse the rest of the value in the nums array, I can tell they are the same. So I will return true right here. Alright. So again, if the current sum is equal to target sum, I want to keep going for the rest of the K subset, right? So I will make sure that index starting from 0 again, I will make sure the current sum back to 0. I want to still using the visit Boolean array. I want to make sure I don't touch the target sum. Alright. Next is going to be the traversal based on the recursion code. So I imagine I always starting from 0. It will actually waste a lot of time because my index is telling me the current subset traversal. So I would say make sure I was starting from index. The index I pass in, right? And I less than num star length. And I increment by 1 every single iteration. Alright, if the value has been used, we don't want to use, right? So we continue. Alright. Another one is if the nums I plus the current sum is greater than the target sum. We already know that this is out of bound, right? So we want to break and then we will return false. Right? Alright, the next is going to be what? I'm going to assume I take this value, right? So visit I equal to true. I will assume I backtrack the value. But before I backtrack, I want to make sure does my recursion value, recursion code has been returned true beforehand, right? So DFS nums K and the index will be +1 based on the I, right? And then the current sum will be based on the nums plus nums I, and the visit doesn't change. The target sum doesn't change. So if this is true, I will return true. If this is false, I'm going to backtrack the visit. I'm going to free the current index value in a Boolean array. Alright, another one is what happens if the value has been repeated. And I already so let's look at this. So the array is 4 3 2 3 5 2 1. If we sort it, it's going to be 1 2 2 3 3 1 2 2 3 3 4 5. Alright. So I know 2 and 3 are repeated, and if I traverse the 2, for the subset K and it returns false, imagine it returns false, and then I try to do the same exactly procedure as the previous value, and this is going to be returned false no matter what, right? Because they are the same, and I want to try to find out the current K subset, right? So I don't have to traverse this, right? It's waste of time, right? So I can continue to the next index. It's going to be 3. So again, so either is visit or I greater than index, and the nums I is equal to nums I minus 1, and since I traverse and it doesn't work, so I will backtrack to false. So I will make sure the visit at I minus 1 is false, right? Is false. So this will be pretty much a solution. So let me run it. Submit. Alright. Let's talk about time and space. Time and space is a little bit difficult. So this is space, this is space, this is space, and everything else is no. Okay. This is all of what? This is constant for sure. This is all of n, right? That's it. So space is going to be all of n. Time. This is time. This is time. This is time. This is time. So this will be n log n, right? And this will be what? DFS. So this is all of n, and this will be another all of n based on the traversal. However, let's look at this. This will be the all of n. You will traverse based on the visit for sure. Based on the visit for sure. if a value has been used, then I will go the other. I will go one way, and if not, I will go the other way, right? The other way is this. If a value has been used, I continue, but I still traverse, right? If not, I visit and I will recursive call this one. So again, this is all of n. So since there are two ways to do it, so it's going to be this. Oh. Oh, what happened? So this will be all of n, and there are two ways. So it's going to be 2 to the n, right? So the total time is going to be n times 2 to the n, in my opinion, and space is going to be all of n. Alright, so n represents length of the nums array. So this will be a solution. So if you think there's any problem, leave a comment. And yeah, subscribe, like if you want, and I'll see you later. Bye.